Hello everyone, this is your Sports on Demand for Sunday. The Michigan High School football playoff matchups have been announced. 22 Upper Peninsula teams have made it to the 10th week of the season, 13 in 11-man and 9 in 8-man football. We'll head out to the matchups now. The Escanaba Eskimos at 7-2 will host the Bay City John Glenn Bobcats Friday at 7 o'clock at Escanaba in Division 4. Division 5, Kingsford at 7-1 will host the 7-2 Gladstone Braves. That game will be at Friday at 7 p.m. in Kingsford. And Menominee, the Maroons at 6-3 will host the Hancock Bulldogs at 7-2 Saturday afternoon at Menominee. Division 6, Calumet, the Copper Kings at 6-3 will travel to Traverse City St. Francis. That game will be Saturday at 1 o'clock. In Division 7, Westwood, 8-1, best record in school history. They will travel to Elk Rapids to face the 7-2 Elks. And Division 8, District 1, Lakeland and Hubble, the Lakes, will travel to West Iron County to take on the Whitecons. The Whitecons are 8-1. That game will be played Friday at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock Central. And Bark River Harris at 5-4 will travel to Norway, who is 8-1. That game should be Friday at 7 o'clock. The times on these could still change. Munising at 4-4 will travel to Gaylord St. Mary in District 2. The St. Mary is 9-0 this season. Newberry at 6-2 will travel to Frankfort, who is also 6-2. 8-man football Division 1, Ontonagon will travel to Stevenson to take on the 7-2 Eagles, and Rudyard at 7-1 will go to Cedarville to take on the 7-2 Trojans. In Division 2, Engadine will travel to Rapid River. Both teams 7-2. That game Friday at 7 o'clock. And North Central will take on Forest Park at Forest Park. Both teams 6-2. That game will be Friday at 6 p.m. Central. Pickford also hosting Atlanta in Division 2. That one, the Panthers are 9-0. The time on that one is still to be announced. We showed the Women's GLIAC Championships yesterday, but the men were also in action at Gensis Homestead Golf Course. The Grand Valley State men were trying to win their 16th straight GLIAC Championship. That is quite the run. 11 teams were competing in the 8-kilometer race. James Ngandu of Tiffin finished first overall for the third straight year. Grand Valley as a team, they were able to win their 16th straight GLIAC Championship, with 7 of their runners finishing in the top 8 overall. Dominant performance by the Lakers. Matthew Paul of Michigan Tech earned first-team all-conference honors, finishing in 10th overall. The Huskies as a team finished in 3rd, and the Lakers of Lake Superior State finished in 9th as a team. Back to the UP Cross Country Championships Saturday in Munising. This is Division 1 boys. Houghton has a couple of runners dash toward the front, but coming back the other way, it was Negaunee Eric Anderson who was trying to do what his injured teammate Colton Yesney would have done, stretch the pack. We'll quickly jump to the finish, though, because it was a really close race. On the right, Houghton's Clayton Sion sneaks past Marquette's Garrett Rudden by 1/10 of a second at 16 minutes and 25.7 seconds. Rudden's teammate Luke Rambo was third. Houghton capped off a great season with the team trophy. Marquette was the runner-up, followed by a young and improving Sault Ste. Marie squad in third. Division 2, Ishpeming was the 3-time defending champion, but the green, white, and black of the Gogebic Miners were looking to change that. Ishpeming's Spencer Giroux had the lead at this point with 3 Hematite teammates in the next 4, but the Bessemer, Wakefield, and Marinesco boys of Gogebic had positions 6 through 10. Giroux pulled away from everybody to win in a time of 17 minutes, 3 seconds, 42 seconds ahead of Gogibic's Isaiah Eiley, but the Miners had Isaiah Eiley, Uriah Eiley, and Devin Byers going 2, 3, 4, plus 6 and 7 to earn its first UP title. Ishpeming had 5 runners in the top 11 to come in a strong second, with Ironwood third. Division 3 boys had a lot of unknown variables. Chassel's Ben Toomey was third at this section, but runners from the Eastern UP were making their presence felt. Brimley's Austin Plotkin in blue and Cedarville's Thomas Bond stayed in front of Toomey going back through this fairway. Plotkin closed the deal in 17 minutes, 8 seconds ahead of Bond, and a hug for Plotkin's efforts. For the first time in UP history, Brimley won a cross-country title, placing 4 runners in the top 14. The Bays won a tiebreaker over Chassel with the better number 6 runner, as both teams' top 5 runners had a score of 60. Rudyard finished in third. Both NMU and Michigan Tech women's soccer teams were in action. NMU fell at home to Grand Valley State 3-1. and Michigan Tech lost to Ferris State 1-0. The NMU men's team wrapped up their GLIAC action with a 2-0 loss at Tiffin. And in NHL hockey, Vancouver defeated Detroit 4-1.